Manchester United Football Club has completed a loan move for Mason Greenwood away to Getafe for a whole season. That's the latest. Mason Greenwood is returning on the football pitch. As we already know, not at Manchester United, but many of us have been concerned about where Greenwood's future lies. And indeed, it has been sort of sorted because now he's rebuilding his career in Spain. I'll give you details of Greenwood's situation, but the deadline day was so busy at Old Trafford. We will talk about it and how prepared we are for that game against Arsenal tomorrow. Welcome to the hotspot. I am Webb. Now, Greenwood is finally back to play football. As you can see him there, donned in the Getafe jersey. He has been out for over 12 months and it has been difficult for him. But finally, after Manchester United releasing this young player who is contracted until 2025, they have decided that La Liga is the best destination for him. Remember, Greenwood has been wanted by several clubs, including AS Roma. They did want him. He has been wanted by teams like Lazio. In fact, talks with Lazio seem to be advanced until they finally fell through. So Getafe has always been following him as well. And they have been the lucky ones to get one of the most talented youngsters in world football today. So he will be there to rebuild his career, like they say, and then return to United in 2024. It's not clear whether he will have a possibility of ever playing for Manchester United again. It is not clear yet, quite frankly. But of course, the statement that United released while they were confirming his departure sort of suggested that he would never play for Manchester United again. But what is important now is that Greenwood is going to be rebuilding his career away from Old Trafford, and that's exactly what they meant, that he's rebuilding his career in Getafe now. Do you feel it's a good thing for him? But also, would you love to see Mason Greenwood back at some time at Manchester United? I personally would still love to. In fact, my heart low-key feels like that time will come. I feel like if a new owner comes in, they could make probably the right decision, and maybe after 2024, after this loan spell is done, they will get him back. United say they will continue supporting his family. Perhaps they also be meeting, I think, a significant part of his wages, which is, I think, a good thing. They have not completely let go of the player. They have not terminated his contract. So I feel they have tried at least to deal with him in a humane way, and you give them some bit of credit for that. Now, Manchester United as well, of course, finished the signing of Sofyan Amrabat on loan from Fiorentina. His loan goes on until 2024 June. It's subject to an international clearance and registration requirements. So he has been capped 49 times by Morocco and played every minute of his country's run to the semi-finals of the 2022 FIFA World Cup. This is the player we are talking about, Sofyan Amrabat. As well, he has played a key role as Fiorentina reached the final of the Coppa Italia and the UEFA Europa Conference League. Now, that's the statement about him from the Manchester United website, and they continue to say, he did continue to say, it's a huge honor to become a Manchester United player. I had to be patient for this moment, but I'm someone who always listens to my heart, and now I am representing the club of my dreams. The club of his dreams has always been Manchester United. I've been telling you that here for a long time, that the patience is not just by mistake. It's because this is the club he loves to play for. I am a passionate player. I want to bring that energy to the squad, and I will put everything into every action I take to the team. That is according to Sofyan Amrabat. I know exactly how Eric Ten Hag likes to work and what he needs from his players. His coaching and guidance developed me so much rather as a player earlier in my career. I know that he will bring. I know that he will help to bring out the best of my abilities, so that I can help the team or the group be successful this season. That is according to Sofyan Amrabat, his first statement after being confirmed as a Manchester United player on loan. Remember, still on the deadline day, Johnny Evans signed for Manchester United. He also did complete his rejoining of Manchester United, and he will be there for 1 year until June 2022. He's an academy of the Manchester United. He's a graduate, rather, of the Manchester United Academy. Capped 102 times for Northern Ireland. He's an important player, and certainly his return is welcome, definitely. But also, he's obviously the man now we are looking at to replace Harry Maguire, who I believe will not be returning into that squad anytime soon after holding the club at ransom almost. So that's United for you on the deadline day. Still on the transfer deadline day, Manchester United were able to seal the services of Alte Bayindil. And guys, I want to rate this summer transfer window and say, for me, I give it a proper 8 out of 10. For me, I give this window of Manchester United, this summer transfer window, a proper 8 out of 10 for me, in terms of how good it has been, because it has been difficult, first of all, to sign any player for Manchester United. They had to do a lot of calculations because of the financial fair play policies. There is no money at the club, but also most of the players that we did want were never, were always going to have a lot of other clubs interested in them. So it was a bit of competition to sign a single player. And I feel like Erik ten Hag had a huge role in us signing almost all of these players we've signed, because the patience, because remember, a player like Rasmus Højlund at one time was wanted by PSG, if you do recall. But Højlund chose to be patient and wait for Manchester United. The same with Andre Onana. The same with I think Mason Mount was also wanted by another club. Was it Bayern? It skips my mind. You think about all these players and the patience they have shown. Fiorentina, Amrabat was wanted by Liverpool and several other clubs. I feel like Erik ten Hag had a lot of work to do in getting these players here, and that shows you that these players are coming hungry with that heart and desire to play for Erik ten Hag, which I feel is important, because most of the issues we've had as United is our players lacking who or what to play for. I don't feel so many of our players had anything to play for in the past few seasons, where they were just playing. But now I think there is a lot they can play for the manager, at least if most of them, if not all, can play for the manager. I think we'll reach a point where now they've got to play for the ownership. For Sheikh Jassim, seated in the stands with his what do they call it, with his it's not a hijab, his kanzu. So he's seated in the stands with his kanzu, and players are looking at him from the pitch. The way Chelsea players would die for Roman Abramovich, the way Man City players will die for their sheikhs, Mansour and the likes. I feel we are soon getting something to play for. For now, it's the manager Erik ten Hag, but in the future, I feel it should be Sheikh Jassim. The takeover is silent, but after sorting out this difficult transfer season, the football talk is now back, totally concentrating on the football. I think we should be getting updates on the takeover soon. It's not completely done because there's always got to be feedback from the Glazers. They might take their time, they might feel proud and not comment, but they are always going to be to come out and give feedback publicly, the way they publicly came out and announced that the club was on sale. So for me, it's a good time that this summer transfer window is done. I feel Manchester United has done some of the best business. I think you look at all the clubs around, Man City, Arsenal, Newcastle, of course, did some good work as well. But I think, considering where we've been, I think Manchester United has done a decent job. Some players could have come in late, but it's okay. I think we were able to get in some core players early. The foundation of our style, the foundation of what Erik ten Hag is trying to build, I think has been given time. Amrabat will need a few days to acclimatize, but remember, Rasmus Højlund will make his debut against Arsenal tomorrow on Sunday. So there is a lot for me of positivity to pick from this summer transfer window, and the focus now can be on the football. So Manchester United, I feel, has done tremendously well in this summer transfer window. Give me your opinion. What's your take on so many players? I think they are we've got the first three we signed, then Bayindil, then Reguilon, then Amrabat, and for the 6 players we've signed, rather 7, including Johnny Evans. I think it's been a success. All players were crucial. We've signed a player in all departments. Right now, we can only demand results. But trust me, I love the confidence with which Erik ten Hag is speaking about this team and his players. It shows you that I think he's confident in what he's doing. Is being done in training And for me, that's the most important thing. You bounce off the confidence of your manager. As a club, as a player, as a fan, you bounce off the confidence of your manager, and when it's there, you're sure the games are going to come in and we are going to be acing them. Hotspot, subscribe. My name is Webb. Thank you. Deadline day done. We will be now looking ahead and focusing on the next challenge, and that's Arsenal.